Have you ever wondered why some businesses seem to thrive in certain countries or sectors more than others? Welcome to the intriguing world of regulatory arbitrage. Picture this: a large corporation, let's call it Corporation X, operates in a country with stringent regulations. The corporation finds these regulations restrictive and costly to comply with. So, what does Corporation X do? It sets up a subsidiary in another country with more relaxed laws. Let's call this country Regulation Haven. This way, Corporation X manages to sidestep the tight regulations in its home country, giving it a competitive edge. This is a classic case of regulatory arbitrage. But it's not just about location. Regulatory arbitrage can also be exploited within the same jurisdiction. Here's another example. Suppose there's a company, Firm Y, that's involved in both banking and insurance. Now, in many jurisdictions, regulations for insurance companies are less stringent than for banks. Firm Y, being the smart operator it is, decides to shift some of its banking activities to its insurance division. Voila. Firm Y now enjoys less regulatory scrutiny for those transferred activities. To put it simply, regulatory arbitrage is all about playing the system. It's about finding loopholes and creatively using them to gain a competitive advantage. However, it's not without its risks. For starters, it can create an uneven playing field, making it difficult for companies that play by the rules to compete. It can also lead to regulatory backlash, with authorities tightening their grip to prevent such practices. But perhaps the biggest risk is to the stability of the financial system itself. Remember the global financial crisis of 2008? Some attribute it in part to regulatory arbitrage. Financial institutions were able to take on excessive risk through off-balance sheet vehicles, which were subject to less regulation. When these risks materialized, it sent shockwaves through the global economy. So, to sum up, regulatory arbitrage is a double-edged sword. On one hand, it can provide companies with a competitive advantage, allowing them to navigate through regulatory hurdles. On the other hand, it can create systemic risks and lead to regulatory backlash. In our globalized world, where businesses operate across borders and sectors, understanding regulatory arbitrage is crucial. It's a complex game of chess, with companies and regulators constantly trying to outmaneuver each other. The question is, who will make the next move?